Good morning to everyone and greetings. Welcome to The Rock for another daybreak. Beautiful to see you all here this morning. Fantastic. I noticed I got 3 gunslingers in here that are giving the past sheriff enough trouble. So anyhow, that's going to be entertaining later on today. We have a big walk for you. I was a little ambitious in thinking I could do the beach of Miami as well. I did a preliminary walk earlier on and it would take us, I would think we have good time to get right down to Butterfly, but we'll see how that goes this morning. Alright, let's start off with the beauty of here first of all to show you where I am. I am at Miami Beach and Enterprise Beach, known as both. Up here has NCC facilities, all the changing, lots of people up here selling goodies, snacks and drinks and stuff, so you can come and spend the entire day here. Plenty shade, absolutely beautiful up here, definitely. And if this above section is too rough for you, just below this groin where I am is perfect. Beautiful cliffs of Enterprise. Anyhow, this is Enterprise Beach, and above is referred to as Enterprise, and above and below is referred to as Miami Beach. Let's start off with our morning serenity prayer so we can start this day right. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. So good morning to you all again. Just before we start, I want to remind everyone that you don't have to let anyone get between you and your peace. Remember your serenity prayer. Remember the evil one, which we will not name, we will just name him the evil one, will use any source that he can to get to your heart and hurt you. And that is usually the ones that you love. When they're in their vulnerable time, he will use them against you. So remember that. Remember the pathways to your heart is the one that the evil one will always use. So now we've done enough of that this morning. Let's start off with the beauty again. Just a little history on where we are. Just come around slowly for you. This was originally built to be the Coast Guard station of Barbados. Prior to this groin that I'm standing on being built, there was no beach. I mean, no beach here whatsoever. The sea used to come into the cliffs, just like those that you're seeing in the center screen now. There was no beach here. The only way down to the beach were some coral steps that were cut in numerous sections along the cliff. And that's how you used to get in the sea and get back out. So this is one of the man-made beaches in Barbados. As I said, originally it was for the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard used to go up just between those 2 walls where you see those boulders that are being dropped. However, the dredging was too costly and the conditions up here were not that favorable, so that was relocated down into the Bridgetown area. It's also being relocated now along the Spring Garden or the Mighty Griner Highway out with the flour mill. Okay, we're going to start our walk now. It's going to be a long walk this morning, but it's going to be a beautiful walk. We're going to take in some land, we're going to take in some beach, we're going to take in lots of sea, we're going to have lots of love and care being shared. Very popular beach for many people. This is where lots and lots of the elderly community come, play paddleball, take a swim, because the conditions down here, good morning, conditions down here are just stunning. Perfect. You will see the remnants of the sargassum. This is not bad. It looks bad because it's mounded, but this is really not bad. We've had it far worse than this here. My angel and myself in 2016 did some videos out here where this entire bay here was nothing but a sargassum beach. You can always check that on our site, the Not So Beautiful Barbados, and if it comes back up in the memories, I'll show you again. We are directly behind the Oistins police station. As I said, the NCC facilities are just behind this wall here, so you can get high enough. That is where you will find all of the washrooms, lots of fine public baths. Come on, you sir. Public baths and everything down here as well, so you can spend the entire day here. As you can see, nothing will stop a Bajan from getting to this beach, or to any beach that he wants to get to, no matter how deep the sargassum is. Yep, we're walking in some beach shoes today. Got to do it cautiously still, because they said they do have holes in the bottom of them. Just got to keep my eyes open for anything that may cause a problem for me. This is where you'll find lots of Bajans. I know there's one person on here called Elizabeth Bellamy who loves this beach, and there are many others as well. But this is her favorite beach on the island, so she said in the past, and I know that for sure. Beautiful conditions. Alright, we're going to be walking up between some folks, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it back, the camera on me, so that we can talk a little bit as we're strolling down through here. Don't interfere with anyone's privacy. Beautiful place, Oistins. Oistins, everybody knows it for the fishing town, and for the restaurants, and for the nighttime entertainment. Good morning, sir. Good morning. But you can also find everything else up here. It's a full town, full-blown town.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely stunning. I have magistrate courts here. They have the library here. They have a polyclinic here. So you will have everything you may need in this section here if you're staying up in the Oistins area. Now we're going to see quite a bit of litter, unfortunately. This is an area that is definitely littered on occasions. Right now it's nothing in front of us, but there will be some. So please understand it is a problem we have here in the island. Everybody knows that. I'm not hiding anything. And you know, we have the public awareness programs that are going on, but unfortunately a lot of people are still not listening. A lot of people don't understand that if you hurt Mother Nature is going to deal you a devastating blow. That's what we all know already. You can't mess with life. There's only one person that has that authority, and that person is not going to do bad things. It just happens sometimes, and you know, we just got to pray that he will help us through them. There's a post office up here, as I mentioned before. All the facilities, everything you could possibly want. Tons of karaoke areas, dance areas. We talk more about that going on. This tree here is known as the mother's tongue, or the stepmother's tongue, so they say. They say because it always keeps a lot of noise, so I guess you've heard that before. Please, no rocks thrown in virtual videos, thank you. It was so funny this morning. I was speaking to a friend or someone who's just joined our friendship just yet last night, and he actually thought that we did live tours. He thought that the only way to join us was to be in Barbados. And then I told him about our conductor from the Channel Islands, our driver from the Channel Islands, our conductor from England, and then also our charming hostess, who is Bajan born but has lived in the United States for a long time. Then I'd mentioned a double-decker bus, so he wanted to know where we got it from. So I had to explain to him it's all virtual reality. Maybe one day it will become reality, but for now it's just virtual. All right, there were a lot of cannons located here in this cliff. Let me see if I can show you. I'm not sure if any of them are still in the water here. If they're visible, it is low tide or going into low tide. But there's lots of sargassum as well. So no, we can't see them. They're just directly down in here. Quite a few cannons in the water as well. Some people have moved some. You can see some here actually. Just barely see them here. They're the cannons that we were talking about just now. There was a fort here at one time, and these are remnants of that fort that was located here. Beautiful fishing town. All right, folks, we're going to do some more walking again. As you see, the skies are looking very overcast today. As I said, we had a system, you all saw it, the Sherry put up yesterday morning. I'm sure you've also looked at it as well. But anyone that knows the weather in Barbados knows that it changes from minute to minute. We have had hurricanes that we were being told on international news that was hitting us, and it actually didn't have any wind at all. It's because it just bypassed. We all know that every Bajan says that God is a Bajan, but we all know for sure, even if he's not a Bajan, he loves this island and our people, of course. Everyone here lined up for the morning bus. This is where the Oistins bus to Bridgetown and the Oistins bus to Spikestown start off from. We don't just bring you the natural beauty and stuff, we're going to bring you everything so you can understand and appreciate this island fully, and that you can feel like a Bajan by the time our tours are finished. My angel told me I no longer do just gatherings. We are now officially doing tours, and it would appear that way because our walking tours are long and very informative and seeing some beauty. All right, for those in Oistins, you will see we are beautifying. This is an area where a lot of garbage is stored. I will tell you, up to a week ago, this looked terrible, but I've done a lot of work up here to beautify it. They've started some garden beds around it. It's not completed as yet, as you'll see from the other side, but it is three-sided, this mural. And you'll see we're starting to do some garden beds as well. Just beautifying everything here in Barbados even more for you. We already have the natural beauty of the oceans and the beaches and the forests, but we need to take care of all the other stuff. You can see it's not quite completed yet, but it is coming that way. Morning, sir. Some people are still conscious of the camera, so I want to make sure not focus on them. Don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. All right, I know most of you have seen this town already. You've seen this town mainly in the nighttime. The daytime it's completely different. Still very quiet now. Nothing is open yet. The end of this month is when things start to loosen up a lot. I've seen a lot of the restrictions being lifted around that time, so Oistins should be back in operation soon. Hopefully we'll get back to Lexi's and do some three-stepping. that will left to be seen. All right, this beach is usually pristine, no weed. However, today, as you can see, there's quite a bit of it. You will notice as well that the sand is starting to cover it. So, you know, there are the benefits of this sargassum. It actually holds the sand in place for us on some of the coastline. And as you would have seen when we were down Crystal Waters a couple of days ago, the wall that it built around the trees actually stopped the trees from being impacted as strongly as they normally are. I noticed the hut on the end of this fishing pier is gone. Now we did a live video from out there, and also some videos from out there just up to maybe 2 months ago, and that was intact. So I'm not sure what they're doing with that. I'm sure they'll rebuild it, but I'm not too sure what's happening there. As you can appreciate, we are in a fishing town, so you know you're gonna find that there's some litter around. Litter. Strong subject on my mind and on many of yours. I wish people would get it into their head the damage that they do when they litter the island or litter anywhere. And, you know, we play our part. We can only play our part. Remember our serenity prayer? All we can do is pick up what we can and make sure we don't do it. And then that is how we keep our serenity and our peace. No sense in fighting up over it. Some people don't want to listen to the facts. Some people just want to be their way. All right, now you would know about dancing here. I'm sure many Friday nights you would have been here dancing to DJ, and also on Saturdays as well. And this is some of the sitting area here. Any type of food that you want, you can find up here. I'm not gonna call any names of any of these restaurants because all of them are good. And I don't want to be biased in any way. I've eaten at every one, or most of them I've eaten at, and I can't complain about any of them whatsoever. Plenty of washroom facilities up here. Action. The action spot on the south coast now, besides St. Lawrence Gap. And if you're going to St. Lawrence Gap, you'll more likely find yourself here first. All there is usually filled with wooden benches for the folks that are enjoying the dinners. I see there's a new ground tennis court here that's being painted up. This is Lexi's, where we all party, our 3 steps. Mainly on Friday night, they do play music all the time, but Fridays and then on Sunday nights is a very quiet night up here, but lovely dance floor that we're walking on right now. Just stunning. Morning, gentlemen. So you see Oistins is beautiful. All right, we're gonna do some walking around because it looks as though a lot of gates are closed, so I'm gonna take the camera off of people and put it back on myself so we don't cause any concerns. So here we go. Good morning. All right, just want to make sure we don't cause anybody to feel uncomfortable or upset. Let's walk through this way here. Yeah, it's great. All right, back onto front screen again for you so you can enjoy what I'm seeing. Now remember, we are in a town, so it's not going to be all the pleasantries and the quietness that we see on the beaches, but we are going to do this walk. And yes, I am doing it without a shirt on, and I do not mind. It's not bothering me right now. This is a good time for me to be walking out without a shirt. All of the facilities are here. You have the gas station. You also have your slot machines if that is what you want and if that's what you desire. Place here that sells and buys stuff. It's called Cash Wise. And then obviously Chefette everywhere. They also have a Kentucky here as well, so don't let me not be biased here. But there's a Chefette, and everywhere in this island, everywhere that people tend to gather, there's a Chefette. Chefette is our local fast food chain, and it is most definitely the most popular one in the island. Very versatile menus, so you can find pretty much anything you want. They even have veggie burgers if you're a vegan. All right, the boatyard. I took a stroll through here this morning. I'd rather stay on the front street, let's just put it that way. Lots of pieces of boat and all types of construction materials on the ground, so we're just going to stay in the back section. If you're looking for a drugstore and you're in this area, we have a drugstore just over here. It's called Joe's Pharmacy. Electronic gives you any trouble while you're here. Electronic store as well. Everything is sold here in Oistins. They have all of their hardware stores. They have the grocery store, banks. Everything is here. Licensing office if you want to get your driver's permit, you can do so here. I believe you can do it at the one here. It's located just behind the Supercenter or the Massey store. This is a new, or fairly new, this was done, I would say, a year and a half ago. This bar and nightclub here, well, mini bar. Beautiful upstairs dining. Lovely location, really great to watch the world go by. I love their boat that they have in there that actually serves as a bar as well. I think it is wonderful. It's beautifully designed with the minds of Oistins and the fishing town. Thanks very much for the history there. Appreciate it. Charter of Barbados, yes, that was signed here as well. Thank you very much for putting that in. Was once a very, very, very important town. Vendors have popped up all over the island, especially in the town areas. We have from fruit to Nichols breads. We also have a lot of people that sell plants in this area. Lots of vegetable stands and stuff. You know, we try to encourage entrepreneurship in Barbados, and these are some of the areas you'll find it for sure. This is the location for the popular, very popular Oistins Fish Festival. That's usually in March, late March, early April. That's when we celebrate up here at Oistins Town and stuff. You'll find everything here on that day. Lots of stuff. It's like a big fair. Bars on top of bars on top of bars, mate. Need I say more? In Barbados, if you have an event and you don't find bars, well, something will have you really wrong. Alright, we're going to hit some sand again now and get away from some of the traffic and the noises. You will see right here the sand is being layered on top of sargassum and root structure. So sargassum really does help. It holds the sand in place. If that was not here, majority of the sand would have shifted already due to any kind of rains and stuff. So it does help. So they're positives, although they're negatives to sargassum. The negatives, as far as I can see, is just a matter of cosmetic beauty and sometimes the not so pleasant smell. But I love how they planted these great trees here, because before these were here, this entire area was just open to the road. So a lot of people tend to stay away from this beach because they didn't have any kind of privacy. But now these are being planted. I've noticed a lot of visitors, some locals, but mainly a lot of visitors that will come here, park over at the other facility and have their snacks, buy their stuff from over there continuously throughout the day and spend the day here on this section. It's not the best swimming section because there is a shallow reef that runs just offshore here, maybe 10-15 feet into where the surf is right now. And that reef, although it is mainly sand topped and it's not a reef that's really living, it is still unpleasant to swim around. And I wouldn't recommend walking on any reef area here in Barbados for sure without shoes. That is for sure. Normally, if you look back at any of my videos from up here before, we have quite a few. If you look up Welches on my YouTube channel, you see quite a few videos. There's usually a very wide beach here. But you know about the spring tides that we've been experiencing. You know about the heavier than normal regular ground swells that are coming through. So there is a lot of erosion and stuff, but these will settle. Summer is coming up, and unless we get a system that passes close to the island and impacts us with large swells, this sand will come back in, because this is just a seasonal movement. This is always like this. Surfers Cafe. This is the back section to it. Not that beautiful, but everybody who's been here would know that this is a lovely sitting area. Have great food. I can tell you that I have eaten here in the past. Great food and great staff as well. Alright, we're going to do some more walking on. This video is going to be a long one this morning, folks. I know I prepared you for that already though, so I hope you've got all your snacks and everything nearby. If not, put it on pause, check us out, you know, later on. It's not a problem. For those of you who just pop on to say good morning and then have to go to work, I do appreciate that. And I also want to mention, for everyone that watches these videos, whether it is on the live or whether it is delayed till later in the day, I appreciate you all. You all are all my family. It just is that the EMC is a group of people that are dedicated to getting up in the morning under all conditions and turning up. So that is why we keep talking about the EMC, because they're a dedicated group. They come on here and share their love, share their care, share their best wishes for everyone. So any of you that don't make it on the morning, don't worry, I love you all. Y'all can believe that. There's no difference. Just as I said, you do not make the morning, so therefore You know, you're not one of the EMC members, but it doesn't make a difference. You're still a membership. You're still a family friend of ours. So come on in the morning, get your name on, even if it's only for 5 minutes. If you just come on and say, hi, just register as EMC. We are approaching, last night when I checked it, we were at 248 people in our active membership list. That has grown considerably. When we first started this out, we were getting 30 people online, 20 people online. Then we went up into the 40s. Right now, our average for this month, I know we're only on the, don't want to call it the wrong date. So let me keep my mouth quiet, I forget dates. I don't have my watch on, it can tell me the day. So up until this morning, we are averaging approximately 65 people on a live broadcast for this month. That is incredible. That is up by 15 people on average from last month. So we are growing. Thanks to everyone for spreading the word. For those that were concerned about that video that carried the Manchineel that was taken in Bats Rock, that was on a link that I posted up earlier this week or over the weekend. We have been added, our link has been added at the very beginning of the article. It doesn't mention the EMC or me by name or anyone by name. It just has the link there. So the very first thing when you go on the site is the link that carries you to the video. And the video is the Nicholas Dean YouTube section. So I have seen quite a few more hits than were on it before. And we just monitor that to see how that goes. But thank you to the company that put us up. We do appreciate that. And the most kind part of it was, as they said, that our content was amazing. And I think that was something that came in an email from them. It wasn't actually on the site. So that is a positive reflection on what we're doing. Let's do a 360 right here. We'll do one later on, but we'll do it right now and we'll do it in silence. Alright, onward we shall go, because we need to do some stepping if we want to accomplish our get to our destination, accomplish our walk for today, which is what we want to do for sure. The sky this morning was stunning. I got a few still shots overlooking the Oistins area with some lovely whips of lower cloud. It's pretty nice. I'm gonna have a look at them when I get home, and if they're worthy of being posted, you know they will be for sure. I haven't taken any photos in this area whatsoever because I walked from here this morning. I have the war wagon parked just opposite here, and I walked from here up the road so I could walk back down and then hop in the war wagon and go on my merry way. So thank you for giving me these steps this morning. I do appreciate it. I actually saw a fraction of an inch drop off my waist. So my clothes are feeling a little bit more comfortable now again. This condo area here sprung up recently. It is beautiful. I don't know too much about it, so I don't want to elaborate on it. But that is one of the condos that sprung up here since this beach has been formed. We have all of our signs along the south and west coast mainly, some on the east as well, about being beach smart. Explain to you different flags that you will see and everything. Anyone that's been here before will know that we are pretty serious about that. Just always ask a local if you're in doubt. Locals will always tell you something straight from their heart. That's why sometimes our directions are so confusing. We are so passionate, we tell you about everything. We tell you about the tree, we tell you about the black boat that you may see, and we tell you about everything else that you will encounter. So that is just because we're passionate, and we're trying to be friendly, and we're trying to show love. Yeah, sorry guys, sir. Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you. It's one of my former work colleagues from the Bridgetown Port. Good morning to you, sir. Now this beach here, again, man created. There was a slither of beach, and I'm not going to be exaggerating, that was as wide as from this moss to that growth there. That's what used to run along here. You could say where the moss is, sorry, where the seaweed, I keep saying moss, where the seaweed is, right along here was where this beach used to be. However, directly behind all of this growth, there's massive amounts of concrete structures that were laid to hold the sand in place. And they also drop all of these groins. So this beach is formed. This beach is just, right now, a shadow of what it is in summer. In summer, it's going to be magnificent. I will. You can always go back and check some of my videos in the YouTube. As I said, I was doing these here since, but I started really in September to do them. But on the 21st of January is where we started lives, and we've been going since then. Most days, the only times I think we've missed are our scheduled off day, and once when I had a little bit of a foot challenge. But that day is behind us now, thank goodness. As you can see, we're walking merrily along the way. Can't go any further down here because there's no way to get onto the road, and we have to go on the road anyhow to get to our next location. When we walk the coast here, my angel and myself, well, we walk over all those boulders and stuff, but there's no way that I can carry over them with the camera and do it safely. So safety first. You know, it's not just today we're thinking of every morning. We've been waking up in Barbados. We said this is going to be a long one. This may be our longest. That is not relevant this morning. Was relevant, we covered this piece of coastline, and then you will know we've done from Miami Beach right down to Hilton and to Pebbles. Actually, the only thing we've not done is the Worthing area by Capture Bank, which we will most definitely do in the near future. And we haven't done St. Lawrence Gap in our walks either, so that's also being planned. That's one of my angel's wishes, that I take walks with St. Lawrence Gap. I'm going to do that as well. Just waiting for the activities there to open back up so you can really enjoy it. Alright, these are the reasons why I tell you about wearing beach shoes, or I wouldn't recommend slippers. Slippers are too difficult to walk, especially if you're walking around the points where there's coral mass and it's in water. Slippers will come off your foot. I would recommend getting a good pair of beach shoes. It'll be a good investment for you. This won't go to waste, that's for sure. Not if you're doing some walking. If you're not planning to do these kind of walks, you don't need to do that. You can just come with your slippers, as you normally do. Come with your unusual gear. But if you plan to do some serious walking on the beaches, which I'm going to do a lot more of myself personally because I love them. You know, I'm going to be doing some varying live videos throughout the day. Not yet, soon. We have plans of a hike that's coming up soon. Have plans of a 12-hour in Cocoa Hill Forest. That's also coming up soon. We're just pacing ourselves one day at a time, all with God's decisions and God's will. So if you wanted to see the hustle and bustle of this Highway 7 on the south coast, you begin to see it. Remember, the time is only now 6:30, so this is nothing like what it will be later on. On a Friday night, if you're going to Oistins, I highly recommend, if you're driving and you're coming from the Bridgetown direction or the west coast direction, I would highly recommend you use the top road and do not come up this section here, because when Oistins reopens, the traffic will stretch from Oistins where we were a long way back beyond this point, especially in the early evening time. So take the diversion road over the top and come down into Oistins. There's adequate parking in the back of Oistins town if you don't get when the parks are close in the street area. It's a beautiful walk. It is very, very long. We must be approaching 30 minutes now, but I want to cover this in one. I don't want to break this up in sections. I want you to see this section all in one. So you can see you don't have to do any particular area here. You can do walks all over this coast. There is a pavement on the other side, as you can see. So if the traffic was heavy, I would have worked my way over there. But right now it's relatively light, so I feel pretty comfortable where I am. Golden Sands Hotel, I will mention their rum and sauce on a Saturday. An amazing gathering. They have a DJ. Doc, good morning to you, sir. I'm a DJ that plays there, does karaoke, you can dance there. Some of the best pudding and salsa I've had ever, especially the lean and steam. As you can appreciate, I don't eat that anymore, but I've consumed so much in my life that I'm probably a part of a pig now. Sorry about that. I certainly was a pig when I used to eat it. I used to maul it. Alright, lots of sarcasm here. You did see a video here. I don't know. Time has merged itself for me in my life. My life doesn't go anymore by days. It just goes by prayers of saying thank you for my life. So I get up in the morning, whether it's Monday to Sunday, thank God for life, and that is my day. So it's hard for me to remember the days and dates. I do know it's Wednesday. I can't remember the date right now. Anyhow, a few months ago we did a live video up here as well, right on this beach. It was just a beach live video. But as you can see, we have lots of sargassum here. Now low tide is going to enable us to get a beautiful walk in this section here. We're going to end off this video today where we did our walk down with the sea breeze, and that was maybe a week or two ago again. I'm going to say sometime in the past because I can't remember, but remember, you can always go on to the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. Everything is sorted in playlists. If you're looking for live videos, just go into the live video playlist and you'll see them all there. I've sorted them from the oldest to the newest, so the newest will be the first that pops up. You can just scroll through that. A lot of these places here are actually up for rent, so if you're interested in some accommodations down here, you can certainly find them in this area. A lot of apartments and stuff. And then there's obviously, we're coming up to everyone's nose. That used to be San Remo, I believe, was that large one there. And just below here is the Butterfly Beach. I'm not sure if any of you are at Butterfly Beach this morning, but if you are, please come out your way and say hello to me. Jeez. Yeah, so our EMC gathering is passing Butterfly Beach. So if you are there, shout me up, please, and let everybody see you. I know this is used as one of the quarantine hotels as well, so I know that some of you that may be in here earlier on would not be here now. See, this is the beauty of low tide, folks. We couldn't do this last week when we were up by Sea Breeze or Maxwell. We were unable to do this because the point was it was impossible. It was just too deep. The water was too deep and too rough. Most of these places, I said, are rental places, so if you're looking to rent somewhere, all available here. It's just beautiful out here. Lovely little beach. I love the facilities right out there with the perspex glass around. You know, it keeps off the direct sea spray, but lets you see everything that's going on. From all the reports, this is an amazing hotel. And this is where we're going. This is our low tide advantage this morning. Remember again, beach shoes, folks, big shoes. You know, you will find, as you can see, there's coral stones that have been dropped here, or boulders. And underneath where I'm walking, under this sand, they do come up sometimes. So I would definitely recommend that you make sure and have on big shoes when you're doing any of these walks around here. Or take your time. The tide will get even lower, and you can see it will get even calmer. So you'll be able to do this yourself later on without any problem. You'll be able to see everything clearly. But if you're going to be walking through here, when there is any kind of water in this area, please do so with shoes on. Now that is one long tour. So we definitely not doing just a gathering. We most definitely did a tour this morning. We've toured from Miami Beach to Maxwell Beach. This is where we ended our video last week. And this is where our started and ended it last week. And this is where we're going to end it this week. So just see if I can give you some views above here. Let me give a little adjustment. This is the back deck for the same Butterfly Beach. This is one that looks onto the Maxwell Beach. So there are two sections to here. There's one just above the building, which you've seen, and then there's this one here on the lower side. So you have two options. And as I said, lots and lots of facilities here for you if you're a guest, but there are none if you're just a person coming out for the day. When we were so viciously attacked the other day by those rock wheelers, I'm only kidding, they were cool. They were just saying good morning in their own way. I guess if it was a poodle, it would be much more cheerful. That is the public thoroughfare that we came through there, just below the white wall itself. And you all do remember Sea Breeze. So folks, this is most definitely our longest tour, but it's one I want to do in one go. So for you that didn't make it all the way through, hopefully you'll watch it later on, or you'll watch the beginning of it that you may have missed. The important part is that you're seeing Barbados, and you're waking up this morning seeing peace, love, happiness, joy. And most definitely, they're creating hope for all of us. So let me give you a view again. I'm going to do one more silent 360 here, just so you can enjoy it. Enjoy this, please. I did notice a comment just now, just like quickly mention on about the black pudding and not like the sauce. If you ever come here, please try the lean. Ask them for steam and lean. It's the same black pudding, but then the lean is actual tender meat that's from right under the skin area. So it's delicious, soft, no bones, no knuckles, or any other unpleasantries that some of us associate with house. You know, everyone, remember, I brought you as much peace and joy as you can have today. You have brought me as much peace and joy as I can have today just by being here. I thank you all. I love you all. I am serious when I tell you that you all play a major part in my life because you're joining a journey that God has me on, and every one of you is proof that the journey is desired and that we are all looking for the same thing. No matter where we're looking for it, we're all looking for the same thing, and that's love, happiness, peace, joy, hope, unity, and care. You all have a fantastic day, everyone. It is Wednesday. It's the middle of the week, so you all know what to do. Buckle yourselves in, get ready for the other remaining days that are coming up. Have a wonderful time, and remember, you have control over your life. You have the decision of whether today will be good or bad. And remember what he started out with in the very beginning as well. There are people out there that you love that sometimes are taken over by the evil person or the evil thing. And that is the route that he will use or they will use to your heart. Be very wary. Remember, some folks say things, it is not them. It is not how they are. Just remember that. Some of them are not as solid and as strong in their belief as some of us are. There's some of us that are being challenged right here, right now. But remember, you believe. Don't only believe when things are going good. You believe, because if you believe, you will get through. I'm facing it every day. I do not have any issues in my life right now because I release all the ones I don't have control over. Only thing I have control over is me, myself, and I. And I'm going to make sure I do the best that I can for today. So to all of you all, again, thank you for joining me this morning. It's been a long walk, a long tour. You have a great day. Look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. I will address the comments later on today. But for now, you stay cool, you stay peaceful, and you continue to love and care about those around you. Have a great day, and greetings again from Barbados, from the Maxwell beach at present, all the way from Miami Beach. Have a great day, everyone.